Hi there and welcome to my channel. Today's project is for Altenew and it is time for a new build a flower, and this month is the HELLEBORE flower, which is a very beautiful flower, and this stem set is actually one that you will want to get because it's very easy to use, very easy to layer, and the results are gorgeous. So I'm going to show you what I did with it. I actually created a card and a layout, but I'm going to show you how I did the layout. And I'm going to start by showing you how to layer the stem. And honestly, this stamp, it took me no time to create because even though it has, I think it's 4 or 5 layers, it's very simple to line up. And I added the guide here, but if you go onto the Altenew website, you can find it. And you're gonna see that I'm gonna use actually for this layout, I stamped the flowers in quite a different colors, but I'm gonna use the Rose Petal mini cube set, Lapis Lazuli mini cube set, also the Golden Sunset mini cube set, and also the shades of purple. So you're gonna see that I start with the entire, I'm gonna say the inside of the flower, so the entire shape, and then I'm gonna pick the next color, which is Puffy Heart. The first one was Rose Quartz. I'm gonna go with Puffy Heart to go. Gonna start shading the flower, and it's all based in the center of the flower. So like I said, it's very easy to layer, and then it's all about detailing. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue with the next color just to start building in the dimension just by layering the stamps. And then for my last step, I think it's grapevine, and it's gonna give me kind of a sorry, no, it's not cosmic berry, sorry, kind of a purplish very pink tone, which I love. One of my favorite ink stamp sets. And then the centers, I'm gonna use golden sunset, I think it's called, sorry, just to stamp this center with sunray, and then the next one with chamomile. And that's about it. I'm gonna set them aside, cut them with my die set. And like I said, I took my time off camera and just stamped a few of them. I'm gonna use especially the pink, the purple, and the pink for this layout. And I'm gonna save the yellow. You might see it in an upcoming project. So what I did, this cut file is from a Handipaper, and I really love the fact that it's a very plain heart, but it's kind of like, I'm gonna say, really wide, and it has just a few flowers and sleeves, and I'm gonna use those to guide me, or actually not guide me, but just to help me set up my layout. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover, or not cover, but back the center heart using vellum. And I want some translucency. I want to keep it very clean. I just want to add it to the center. You're going to see that I glue my center heart onto the vellum using some quick adhesive glue, quick drying glue, sorry. And then I'm going to fussy cut it. And then I'm going to go ahead and stitch it, just the center heart, onto the piece of the cardstock. And the cardstock I'm using is actually a kind of a blue, peachy, blushy tone. So once I set that in place, I backed the pictures with a paper from the reflection scale. It has like a wood veneer tone, and I want to be the background to be very neutral because I want the flowers to be the ones that actually pop on this layer, and that's what I kept the pictures also black and white. So everything works really nice. So you're gonna see that I'm gonna layer the two pictures, and that's my sister and my nephew. And I've said it before in a previous video, my nephew's a mama's boy, and she loves it. So all I'm going to do right now is like I kind of stack them on the page, and then I'm going to start building the clusters. And you're going to see, like I said, what I love the cut file is that it has some leaves already in it, and I'm going to base the position of the leaves to help me with the design. So I'm going to start with kind of mix the colors together. I'm going to make sure that what I love about the stamp set is that it has a full bloom, like an open bloom, one that is a bit on the side view, halfway through opening, and then there's a little bud. So I'm going to use the buds just to add movement onto this layout. And you're going to see that by the end, you're not going to see that much of the cut file, and I'm okay with that. I actually really love the way this turned out. You're going to see that I have my flowers in place. This is pretty much what I think. I love the clusters. I'm creating kind of an L shape onto it. There's some movement. Once I have them in place and I like the way it looks like, I'm going to go ahead and start setting everything in place. So what I'm going to do is, what I love about this stamp set, and it comes with little, I'm going to say kind of stems. So I'm going to take my time to actually stamp the stem using forest green and, forest glade and evergreen. I like the dark shapes of the green. Those are the ones that I use to actually stamp the leaves too. And I'm just going to stamp the little stems that come wherever I'm using a bud. And then I'm going to add a little bit of foam adhesive to the bud just to give it some movement and to give it some lift from the page. And I'm going to continue doing that. Like I said, every time I see a bud, you're going to see that I'm going to stamp the stem I'm gonna take the time just to stamp it, and then I'm gonna set everything in place. I am adding some foam adhesive behind the flowers just because I want to create some movement. I want some of them to pop, even though they are just to show that they're layered to create dimension on the page. I'm adding a little bit of foam adhesive behind some of the flowers. I'm not gonna show you all of it because it is quite a bit of a foam adhesive, and I think it's a little bit I don't think you want to see that. It's kind of boring actually. So all I'm gonna keep working is on that. And like I said, just because the cut file already had the position of the leaves, it made it very easy to create this layout. So you're gonna see that once I have all the flowers in place, all I'm gonna do is come in with the leaves, and I always like to kind of fill the space in between the flowers first with the leaves. I also like to kind of layer the leaves underneath some of the flowers to create division, to help with creating the dimension on the page. I don't want things to be so two-dimensional. I like a little bit of a 3D, so kind of something popping out. So sometimes the leaves help create the division, the separation, and kind of fake the dimension on the page. After that, you're gonna see that once I set all the leaves again, I'm gonna add some foam adhesive behind it. I think I don't show you that because it took a little while just to make sure that I secure everything. But like I said, really, I love the way this turned out. Once I have everything in place, I'm just gonna add a few embellishments. I'm gonna start with this is the wood veneers from Altenew, and I have a few. And when I pull out the word sweet to stick it on this layer, I actually cracked it. So I just my idea was, oh, I was just not gonna use the title, but I'm gonna use it anyways. I'm gonna make sure that I put them together, and it looks okay. After that, I'm gonna bring a few more pieces of wood. So I'm gonna add them to certain area, like kind of think of a diagonal, a soft S on the layer. So I'm gonna add some more wood veneers just to continue the look that I have going behind the pictures to the paper that I added. And then I'm gonna add the word love. I didn't want to add black. I wanted to do something that was gonna kind of fade into the background. So I used this mini alphas from Pink Paisley. And then all I'm doing right now is adding some sentiments. These are little chipboard stickers. This is also from Pink Paisley. And actually the colors match the ones in the background. And it's a very neutral tone with just some gold foiling. And that's pretty much it. I did not add any lines of journal because this layout is going into my sister's album. So she'll be able to talk about whatever she wants. But I love how this turned out. Love it. So I hope you try it. Make sure you check the Build a Flower HELLEBORE release. There's a lot of projects being created with this flower, and it's really simple and beautiful flower. Remember to subscribe. If you can subscribe to a Build a Flower program, works great. You get the flower every month, delivered to your house at a cheaper rate, and trust me, you can build a great collection of flowers that way. As always, don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions. Jump onto my blog so you can have a chance to see the card that I created, and also to take part in the blog hop that Altenew is having to celebrate the release of the new stamp set. Remember, there's always a chance to win gift certificates to the store. Thank you so much for joining me today. Take care, guys.